big one here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now a third-round pick a year ago. Here's Rachaad White.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And you look at this Saints defense.
They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7.
Mayfield now. This is White on the screen. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down, here's White. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking deep downfield.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
The Saints at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. That's out to Hill, right side complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
To throw his Carr. Thomas has got it, complete.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial, make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Grupe able to add the PAT.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And you look at this Saints defense.
They played extremely well last week. in that win over the Packers.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A gain of 22.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. This is 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Lavonte David. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. White running to the left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A quality pickup from White, who really earned more time as the Bucs starter the back half of last season. Finished with close to 400 yards in the Bucs' final 8 games. Positioned himself as the leader in the backfield moving forward.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Now 2nd and 5.
Opting to run again here with White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
His 4th rushing touchdown of the year, his 5th overall.
And the Bucs have taken the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
One down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Carr now on first down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
Calijah Kancey
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, it's Carr. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here is 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Carr.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
A.T. Perry.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. A point after, good by Grupe.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
2nd down and 6 now.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg, rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
Isaac Yiadom picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. 2nd and 9 now. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Calijah Kancey
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance. but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down at his feet and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Running out of the gun with White.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Mayfield.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down.
7:34.
Carr.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hey, 29. 29. What's up?
Carr now on 1st down.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Go Chiefs. 6:37. That's up.
Now Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd and a couple.
Hey, 7:34.
To throw his Carr. He's got Thomas yet again complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Run. Point it right. Real.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Mayfield now.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Jonathan Abram picks it. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of looking behind it. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14.
You think about it, that's a pretty important second-half field goal, Charles. That now stretches this to 2 possessions and really kind of ratchets up the pressure on that opposing sideline.
It certainly does, because that interception and adding a field goal to it, that puts them in firm control of this game right now. They're about one more big stop from putting this thing absolutely out of reach.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10.
Going right side is White. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it on the ground. White again.
To about the 40-yard line.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's got White here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground game with White. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Rachaad White
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Into the hands of Perry, complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Thomas has got it, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Yeah, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Play action. Now it's Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Here's a 2nd and 7. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
They'll go up the middle with White. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
comes second down. Here's Baker. That's caught by Palmer.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Mayfield to throw. Finds White, and he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Mayfield. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his head. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Mayfield. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Saints have just about sewn up this football game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time.
He's got a man, complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Hey, 734. That's it.
To throw his car. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Lavonte David. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. One last shot for Mayfield here. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
lower scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
Point 'em out, point 'em out, point 'em